So, assuming this is working now. Mine is currently on an advertisement, so I will know in a second. Alright. Okay, it looks like it's up. Okay. And these are all sorted by position and then by name. So there's nothing like special about that. One thing I'm sure a lot of you have noticed, some of these have a black name. These are ones that are in the D-League but were marked as notable people to at least think about. Obviously, what?
One thing to keep sorry to interrupt, but one thing to keep in mind about the D League, the D League and the FBA, I don't care if they're using very different engines, so they definitely going to behave differently in the FBA if they're signed up from the D League. So despite their performance in the D League, the general manager should still pay attention to the player on the scouting report. Okay.
And when we get to them, I'll make more a point of looking at their scouting report values so we can check to see how they look. Anyway, first one, Andre Liso, 253 minutes.
20, 21 out of 60. That is okay. Like 30%. I don't. I'm going to say he's an unknown. Only 253 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to say he's an unknown.
Boat department. Obviously, President, if you want to add your own column, you can feel free. Anyone that's listening in, you can feel free to put your own column, even if you aren't doing any talk. You can still put in your own column to help give us more of a. I remember there was one year back when Stevie was still here and we did this. Stevie was putting up like the commissioner thing. It's like, okay, he was doing them as we would go, but he was not actually listening. He was not ever part of the call. Anyway, boat department. Decent shooting.
I'm going to say Deprimont is the grab.
Yeah. He doesn't look nearly as good, especially considering you can see down you have some bigs even with that are in the green and his PR is still just yellow, but he is definitely starter level. So, and that's what we say for Grab. He's not worth fighting over, but he is definitely worth getting and starting.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Delano,
Pink Dragon.
Montgomery III.
Pink Dragon.
Really low shooting. What's his
He's more of a
defense?
defensive guy, I think, maybe.
Not that great of a defensive rating. Still fairly young, only 3 years in the league.
I think I'm gonna make him pass.
Yeah. I'm not saying anything nominal worth getting. Actually, I'll have him pass plus simply because of all the bigs, including the ones that are green. He has the highest defensive rebounding percentage. So he'll pick up the defensive rebounds, but that's about all. Carol Quinones.
Mm.
And I guess a small note is different positions have different requirements for what makes them good or bad. For big furs and centers, obviously PR is nice, good offensive rating is nice, but it's more the defensive ratings are more important. Because you generally don't necessarily need, if you have a really good defensive power forward, then yeah, it's okay if their shooting is a little lackluster. But
I'm kind of iffy about her.
lackluster, very low offense, 93 defense, negative EWA, negative win share.
Eh,
I'm going to go pass.
yeah, pass. Casano. A daily pickup. Not only 366.6 minutes. Didn't really play a whole lot.
6 of 22 3-pointers. So a big fur that was shooting threes a couple times. Well, the best of the bigs in regards to 3-point shooting. Sort of mad.
Low offensive rating and a high defense. Low defense.
Yeah.
Eh.
If this was better, I would say definitely a fill, but because this is one of the highest of all the bigs, it's a big that's there to shoot threes, and it's like,
The first DD player, Chester Longtail.
oy. Chester had the third average rebounds. Let's see if we can find him in this.
And he was one of the top players in the D League last season. So I'm gonna pick him as a grab minus, just to give him a shot, you know.
Where are you, Chester? Where are you, Chester?
Like between a pass and a grab, because the D League players are so unpredictable.
Yeah.
Because they use different engines. Like Beatty uses his own engine, and the D League uses a different engine. What was it called? The one I use, Fast Break Pro Basketball 3. That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, he's way down here. Okay.
So I'm gonna put Chester.
The Chester is for the scouting report, a B in strength, a B in contact, and then B minus or better in defensive rebounds, post, and perimeter.
Grab minus or pass plus.
I'm going to give him Phil, because obviously...
Phil, okay, yeah.
Because there is a
right.
category between grab and pass.
Oh, that's right, Phil, yeah. Okay.
Where it's not starter level. Grab is more starter level, and I don't see him being able to come from the D League into starter.
Yeah,
Right.
Hilvonen. I'm going to
Toivonen.
fight for at the Baltimore Phillies general manager. I'm going to fight for that guy.
50% true shooting, 22 PR, really good defensive rating, not bad rebounding numbers. It's more of the question of, do I think he's going to be... He's obviously grab or better. It's just a matter of, do I think he is up to the point of that teams should be fighting for him, or should be just definitely getting him?
Well, he's definitely a big name in terms of marketing, that's for sure. And that's another thing. He's a big name, so
I'm going to go with grab plus.
well, I'm biased, so I'm going to put in this fight.
That's...
I'm biased that way.
Yeah. Fine. Definitely better than boat department, but I don't know if he's quite up to the point where he definitely should be getting at least definitely more than 10 mil. It's like, yeah, maybe 9 or growing up, but he's definitely worth going after. But anyway. Hassan Kamal was bought out.
Pass.
Yeah. 9 years in the league. Not really much. Apparently has a goofy thing. Okay, don't count that. That's the result of my spreadsheet being goofy. Yeah, it would probably take me way too long to fix that right off the top of my head. Or the negative offensive rebounding. Like, that's impossible. Hugo Flynn.
Former D-League player.
Not bad. Okay, rebounding. Not bad defense. Still fairly young. Thinking Phil.
Yeah, Phil, yeah. Jake Turner. Okay, just put fight. Just don't bother.
Yeah.
Just fight, yeah.
No
Don't
point even
bother.
talking about him. That's not even a question. Lee Barraquin.
I'm gonna say
Obviously, sort of like Toivonen,
grab
definitely going to
block
be
or
grab at minimum.
grab at minimum, yeah. Okay, I'll say grab plus.
Yeah, let's go grab plus. I'm going to be conservative with who I give fight. Leonard Mack. 12 years in the league. And
retire in a year or two.
I'm going to give him...
But I'm very sure that if Williamsburg make an offer for Mal, he'll come back. I'm about 1,000% sure.
Well, if he's offered, I'm pretty sure, yeah, he'll come back. But other than... That's the whole point of story reasons. Like, yeah, passes. Other than story reasons, there is no reason to pick up this guy. His stats aren't that good. Cheeseburger.
Ellenberger. Cheeseburger retires, you know.
Pretty good shooting.
Mm.
Good PR. What's her defensive rating?
Ellenberger.
91 defense. Only 7 years in the league.
Maybe Phil.
Definitely Phil.
Yeah. Phil plus.
Yeah. I don't think she's quite starter level, but she's definitely one of the better ones that aren't. She can shoot, she can defend,
Mm-hmm.
she can rebound. Wallstein.
Mustang. One more than Twitter, that's for sure.
Slightly
she's
worse, comparing her to Ellenberger, slightly worse shooting, about the same PR, about the same rebounding.
Phil plus.
Well, it's looks like slightly worse than Ellenberger, so I'm just going to put her as a normal Phil.
Yeah.
Mika Mishima.
Let's see. Not bad shooting. 45%.
Yeah.
And she was a starter for a championship team, so it's one thing to go by.
Despite being on a championship team. Five 40 rebounds, about 1 rebound every 4 minutes.
I'm gonna say
I definitely don't think, even though she was a starter for the team, I'm not going to put her as a grab.
Phil plus.
Yeah. Bellamare.
Penguin.
Ooh,
Penguin
really
or
good
going
field goal percentage. Highest field goal percentage of all the bigs.
Puppet.
Or actually, no, Turner is better, but that's Turner.
Let's see.
Not bad rebounding. One of the a better offensive than a defensive, so that's always a plus.
Maybe grab minus. I'm gonna say grab minus.
I'm gonna go with the plus. Goldberg. Oof. 29.4 field goal percentage. What's your defensive ratings? Rebounding's not great. Defense is not that great. Her offense is not that great. I'm going to say pass.
Yeah, I agree.
One 54 minutes. Unknown.
Tua Teva. Possum Center.
Not bad shooting. Sort of low. Not that good at rebounding. Decent defense, just Was she on a team with like a phenomenal rebounder?
I think she'll be a Phil. Not bad.
Timothy's Vanguard.
Want to put Strawberry on the Strawberry gonna egg loose.
The Dar. Not bad shooting. About as good. Pretty much like Tia, just slightly better. But as he's one of my characters, I'm just gonna abstain myself.
I'm gonna put him as a Phil. Vic Andrews. Only 823 minutes. 71 out of 179. But doesn't have a very good PER.
Nah. Really? Did he get a lot of turnovers? 74 out of 800, so he'll get about 1 turnover every 10 minutes. And another of the wonky defensive rebounding percentages. I'll pass.
Matter. My center plug.
8.4 minutes.
Wesley Matter is one of my characters. I'm gonna say.
I'm going
But
unknown
yeah,
because
he's not very
8.4
good.
minutes.
Yeah, when he does play, he's not very good when he does play. So.
Well, he only played 1 game. Yu Huari. Yeah. Yu Huari, 81 minutes. Also unknown.
Unknown, yeah.
And now we're into
Antonio
these
Garcia.
pure centers. Garza. Not bad shooting.
Let's see.
Not bad rebounding. Ooh. What's with that defensive rating, though? What team was he on?
Ew. He's also getting kind of old, isn't he?
6
Been around for a
years.
while.
6 years in the league.
I'll say pass to Phil.
What's his rebounds per minute? About 1 out of every 9, so that's not that great. I'll just go pass.
Yeah.
I mean, his offensive looks fine. It's just that defensive rating. Oh, hey, we got a Fredis.
Hey, Fadis.
Hey, J Wolf. Hey, Mig A. Yeah, I'm here.
Long time no hear your voice.
I know, right? Is this current sheet the one we're currently grading the free agents on, or is there
Yeah.
a different one?
These are all free agents.
Which thing do I click on to do my own gradings on, or like font guide? Which one of these is the one that we're using?
just default font. Just pick any of the columns after us on like
Animal.
AKAL, and then just put your name on there and just start filling in your own grades.
Up here. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Holy crap!
Alright,
It's been a
now-
while. It's been a while since I did this, so yeah. Also, sorry,
I
I'm.
cannot pronounce that guy's name at all. I get it. I can't pronounce that guy's name.
Who?
Anna yeah.
Baishem Anardurdu.
Miss Sandman and Dairy. You.
I'll take your word for it.
That's one of the ones we did with the previous committee where we were trying to piss off Wendigo, trying to help him pronounce it.
But
Pronounce
77 minutes, so we don't really need to talk about him. I'll let you decide, Fraz, if you want to just jump in where we're at, or if you're going to go through them and do them and catch up.
I'll play catch up ball real quick. Let's
All right.
see. No.
That's while you're
I'll
doing.
go based off what I know from character wise and whatnot. As I forgot this was going on. I completely spaced it because I was down in the Bay Area for the night last night, hanging out with some furry friends and trying to get away from crazy stuff going on at home.
It's fine. And I guess while you're doing catch up, I'm going to quickly redo the guide because it did sort of cut off right after I did the guide. I have a.
Can you give me a second, please? I'll be back in a bit.
Yeah, well, I'll be redoing stuff. This is did a quick guide for first hour of, which won't be in the video, of about what positions each team should be looking at. The rating system we have is these are like the phenomenal star players of the league. You should be expecting multiple teams to be fighting over them. They should be getting pretty big contracts. Like a fight player that's making less than 10 million a year is clearly their agent isn't doing well. This might actually even be conservative. These might be players you can expect to get 15 or more. Grab is starter ready. Any player that is definitely good to start on any team, or at the very least should expect definitely at least bench 3 or up. Obviously not quite as good to fight, but definitely still starter ready. Below that we have Phil, which is, well, there's 12 people on the lineup at any given time. 7 of them are not starters. So though these players aren't starter ready, you have a lot of people you need to fill your team with. They're never a bad pick to pick up. Well, I'm not going to say never, but they're not a bad choice to pick up for your team. Pass is below average. They aren't that good, but if there's a story reason you want them, then sure. Avoid is a player that's just so bad they make Atticus look good.
Hi, I'm back.
Welcome back. And then finally we have Unknown, which is not enough playtime.
Okay.
There is no way we can give an accurate assessment of them considering how little playtime we have. So you'll have to just make your own guess on them. And Prentice's ages. Okay. Almost caught up, so let's go ahead and go. Cho Songhwa.
Bench player. Not starting material, I think.
No. Not
Well,
bad
he did okay
offense.
when he was started a year ago, 2 years ago.
Pretty good. Oh, I really hate that. I might have to actually take a small break and then just sort of really fix that defensive rebounding thing.
Take a look what I put for Jake Turner.
fight to the death.
Yeah.
Okay, so while you're catching up, I'm going to, because we're on the category where you would need it to be.
Leonard Mack. I need to look him up real quick. Leonard Mack.
He was on Williamsburg.
Oh, that Leonard Mack. He is up there in age a little bit, but still pretty good.
It's just that I don't see him leaving Williamsburg at all because of his wife.
Yeah. Louis Ellenberger with a side of fries. There's a Phil-ish. Marion V. Wallstein. I'll put her as a grab minus because she does put up some pretty good points as a big first, so.
Yeah.
She does need a little bit of work here and there in some areas, but she's still not really all that bad. Mika Mishima. Phil plus. Up as a grab minus. Rebecca Goldberg. I'll go pass plus on her. She's still pretty good. Unknown. Tiatera. She was actually one of the surprise ones that actually, I'm not gonna lie, surprised me whenever post her draft class, because I passed on her for someone else thinking I'm not quite sure, but then she turned around and surprised me, so I'm gonna give her a Phil plus. Timothy Svengard. Oh man, he was another one I was after in the last draft class, I think. Or in that draft class. I think. I need to look this up. Hang on. Oh, wait. Wiki's down. I forgot.
No, it's up. It's on a different website now.
Oh, yeah, right. Hang on. Basketball.net. I keep getting a 404 error not found.
It's on a different website. It should be up. That's how I got access to the scouting report. It's wiki.furrybasketball.net, right? That's what you're typing in?
Hang on, let me try going through the Twitter link.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna try and figure out.
Wiki.furrybasketball.net.
Be back in a second. Sorry.
There we go. Got it.
Oh, okay. I know what I did wrong.
Timothy Svengard is the one I'm looking at. Oh yeah, he was one of the ones I was looking at. The deer.
Okay.
He's someone I definitely have some interest in. I'm not gonna lie.
I figured out where I fucked up.
Vic Andrews. Pass on him. Actually, no, wait. Just to be fair, because he was on Texas, I'm gonna abstain from voting on him. Although I will comment, though, he did do some good stuff, but I think if he were on another team, he might do good or he might not do good. I don't know. He did some okay stuff, but
And
I don't know.
the Schubert? Duke? Okay, defensive rebounds have been fixed.
All right. So yeah, Vic Andrews did some good stuff. He'd probably do good on another team, just probably not Texas. No
Or
offense to Scrader or anything like that. Just
apparently not.
throwing that out
I'm
there.
getting some not availables.
Wesley
Apparently does.
Matter. Unknown. Unknown.
Okay, I'm back.
2 unknowns in a row.
Oh.
Antonio Garza. And finally catching up with everyone. This weird name. Banana, or as Boss likes to call him.
Oh, I know what the problem is. I don't fix this. Okay, try this again.
Show Son
Cho Song Hua.
Wow.
Hua.
The North Korean, the only North Korean player in the entire league.
Oh, I fixed my defensive rebound. For those wondering, for the idle math, I was doing a VLOOKUP and say, okay, look at the 14th column, but I was doing A to BE instead of a K to BE. So it was taking the number of rebounds they had and then comparing that to 1 minus the team's fouls, as opposed to the how often the opponents missed.
Oh, hey, Chris Lane.
Anyway, back to what we were doing. Cho Sung-hwa.
I would say he could fill at least not a grab.
No. Yeah, definitely Phil. Decent defensive reading, decent rebounding now that I got that fixed. Chris Brecky, 116 minutes, but also 11 years.
Pass. He's getting too old.
I mean, ordinarily 100 minutes, it's like, okay, let's do this as an unknown, but, well...
You're reading, he was only there for that little time.
Oy.
I'll give him a
Anything
pass.
that sounds like,
Maybe.
you know,
DVS. 364 minutes. Definitely fall off a
Yeah.
long way from when he was.
He
Still,
might be retiring very soon.
no, I think he still has like one more contract. Probably not a long one. But unless he retires, he still has pretty good shooting and pretty good defensive rating. So I'll probably put him as a fill. Definitely not a grab. He's definitely not starter level, and he's definitely getting up there in age, but he still has a few years left.
Yeah, I'll give him a regular fill.
Donald Macon,
One of the Macon brothers.
9 years in the league. Not bad offensive rating. Not great.
Not very good offensive player.
Nah.
Mm,
You can do worse, but simply because I did give DVS a fill, and he's not much worse than DVS, I'll give him fill minus.
NFL minus at least.
Doug Day, 228 minutes.
Didn't really play a whole lot.
And
He used to be good, but not so much anymore.
decent shooting, but 8 years in league, and he wasn't playing much.
pass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want to take your risk on him, sure, but okay.
Wayne Collins, D-League player, one of the best rebounders and blockers in the D-League last season.
I'm abstaining because, well, he's kind of come and gone from the league, and he's also my character. So,
What's your scouting report read?
A in strength, C minus in speed, jump, endurance, foul, a B plus in block, which is nice, and a B in defensive rebounding. So he's really, really good as a defender. Everything else is meh or worse.
Phil? I would say Phil. At least give it a chance, at least.
Yeah. Sure. We'll do Phil. But again, as we said before, you gotta keep in mind there is not going to be a one-to-one relationship between how they do in the D League and how they do in the actual league.
Yeah.
James Fistrikiel. 6 years in the league. Sort of meh shooting. Really nice rebounding, though. 25% defensive rebounds.
He was a starter center for a good while. But I'm not sure how it's going to be starting material nowadays.
I'll give him Phil. I don't think he's starter level. His defense is good. His shooting's okay. And I'll give him Phil plus, actually.
I'll give him just a regular fill, standard fill, just see what he can do. I'm pretty sure he can do something good.
I mean, he's a center, so offense isn't as important. His defense is pretty good, but he does also have a negative in EWA and win share. Ocean Darby.
Darcy.
Oh, Darcy. Okay.
Phil minus will pass.
Center.
He's D-League material.
Oof, what is with that rebounding? And that's a fixed number. Only 8% defensive rebounds on a center.
Well, hang on, I gotta see this. Undrafted. Okay. Played for the San Jose Trust 2014, 2015.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Wow.
For Lucian Darcy, S in strength, B in close, D in mid, B in block, D plus in steal, and then D in perimeter. So pretty good strength, and they can dunk and block, but that is it. They are not good at defense other than just being big and strong.
Intimidating.
In other words, he's just a big body on the court.
So
That's it.
I'm definitely giving him a pass.
Yeah. He was an
Yeah.
all-star, but in the D-League,
Actually,
he was a D-League all-star.
considering that low of rebounding on a center, I'm actually going to drop him down to pass minus. Neil LaRocca. Pretty good offense. A three-point shooter.
For the Typhoons.
A center that liked to shoot threes. Almost
Ew.
half the points that he scored were from three.
And I believe he's entering his 7th year, I think, in
Yep.
the league.
He's been the year's 7 league so far.
Yep, he's 2011 undrafted and still going pretty strong. I'd probably give him maybe a Phil, maybe.
32% defensive rebounding. So, despite 7 years in the league, yeah, I'm actually going to probably give him Phil plus because 91 defensive rating, 32% defensive rebounding, and still decent shot. On top of that, he can shoot from the three.
Somewhere between a Phil and Phil plus, I would say.
Definitely not starter level, but yeah, he's definitely worth grabbing.
Reggie Duvall.
Another big guy. Huge guy.
Slightly better offense, but not much better defense.
Yeah, I would say Penn.
Yeah. Rosalind Baumhauer. And if we're butchering your characters' names, make it easier to pronounce, because we don't care.
Rosalind Baumhauer.
46.3. True shooting percentage. Pretty good. Decent rebounding.
2016 second round pick, 31st overall by the Edmonton Totems, and apparently got traded to the Queen's Pride.
I'd really like to see that defensive rebounding a little bit lower, but everything else about the character, I don't think she's quite starter level, but close, so I'll say Phil plus.
I'll give her a Phil plus too. She should. Yep. Samuel Roberts. I think this might be an older player. Question
9
mark.
years in the league, so definitely getting up there. Not that great of shooting. Pretty much 93 defensive rating. Pass.
Oh, 1 second. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay.
All right.
We'll
Alrighty.
continue without you.
Oh yeah, him. Oh. I'm sorry if it seems kind of empty whenever I say "oh him." I'm just trying to put a face to the character whenever I'm typing it on the wiki. Samuel Roberts, pass. I'd say. Sonling, recently let go by Texas. Want to give us some stats to
Okay, 40% true shooting, so that's a little on the low side. So a little not the best of rebounding. And a 94 in defensive rating, though it's also Texas, I think, is one of the lower defensive teams. So one of my
Yeah.
characters, so I'm just gonna abstain, but definitely not. If I were to rate, I would probably say pass or fill at best fill minus.
pass plus maybe.
Yeah. But like I said, my character, so I'm abstaining. Stefan Kikovic. Simply because 13 years in the league, I am probably going to say pass. Shooting percentage is not bad. Actually has a worse PR than Son. Really good at getting the rebounds. 28% defensive rebounding. But offense sucks, and he's old.
Pass. Timur Tomlin, the woolly mammoth.
Pretty good shooting. Pretty good defensive PR. Really good defensive rating too, 91.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Let's see. It'd be about a fill, maybe almost borderline fill plus, I'd say.
I would say higher than that. Because we're talking about one for the centers. For the pure centers, he is probably the best of the pure centers in the FA class. There's a couple with a bit higher offensive rating, but he has the highest PER and one of the lowest defensive ratings.
Yep.
So he has one of the highest offensive ratings and one of the best defensive ratings. So I'm actually going to probably give him maybe grab minus. Because simply, again, he's one of the best centers. Well, I guess we have Tyrese coming, so I'll go fill plus. That way, but he's nowhere close to going to be Tyrese, but he's definitely borderline starter level compared to the others. Tuawati.
Tuawati. I don't know why I put him as Tool. I don't know why I call him Tua Watley. I guess I'm thinking someone else.
Not bad shooting. Ooh, really bad offensive rating. Is he a Butterfingers?
I think he's the bug, or let me check here. Tuawati. He is a. Waiting for the page to load. Taking its own damn sweet time. He's a Tweewata.
I don't know why his PR is so low, unless it's just he doesn't do when he shoots he's fine, it's just he's rarely shooting. He's just usually standing there. His rebounding is not great. His shooting so it's a center you're relying on their shooting more than their defense. Pass.
I'll give him a pass, yeah.
Tyrese Vaughn. easily the best center. 52 highest offensive rating of any of the pure centers. Highest PER. Almost 25% defensive rebounding, and by far the best defensive rating. Probably one of the best defensive ratings in the league, even. I can look that up real quick.
Yeah, I'll fight for him. And I'm abstaining for the next two. For my character.
I'd put a fight in for Tyrese, and I'm gonna be joining in that fight to try and get him because, yeah, missed out on my first chance. Not gonna miss out this time. Well, missed out on my chance to draft him actually, but yeah.
Tyrese Vaughn is the 8th best defensive player in the league.
Damn. He's a
So
fighter.
I'm going to fight in this one. Will go ahead and put Tomlin up to, I think it was Tomlin. Yeah, I'll go ahead and give Tomlin the grab minus. Because, yeah, it's 8th best defensive player in the league. And still one of the pretty good best offensive players in the centers. Xavier Safirin. Sort of meh offensively. Sort of meh defensively.
So pass or
I might do pass plus.
Yeah, I'll give him a pass plus.
Because you can pick him up. He is still decent. He's not great. He is definitely still below average, which would say pass. But I can definitely see a reason. 724.
Still kind of lowish. Maybe.
It's lowish, but it's well above the point where I would say unknown.
Yeah. Probably if he had more playing time, I'd say he might have a chance of improving himself to probably maybe a filler role, maybe.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say, sort of like with Turner, we don't need to talk about Tevela.
Yeah.
Tavella.
Yep, Tavella.
Oof. Oh. Ain, 56 minutes, so I'm putting unknown. But still, look at that true shooting percentage from how little time he had.
No, but you used to call him the glass cooker.
Yeah.
Wait, what's his true shooting number?
70.4, 68% field goal percentage.
That's not too bad.
But
for that little amount of time, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but way too low play time for me to give him a rating. But yeah, it was like, what, 3-4 years ago? He had got injured like 4 or 5 times. He had the most injuries, and he was the one that adopted the term of Glass Cougar, the Glass Kitty.
That was the year that the injury was very brutal on the players.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when the injury count was like, oh my god.
Everyone was getting injured. There was like only like 20 players in the league that never got injured or something like that.
Edmonton had maybe one time. Edmonton had only maybe like 9 or 10 active players because of all those injuries they were getting.
Yeah, I know there were a couple of teams where
they were close to forfeiting.
Yeah, there were a couple of teams that basically had to be given an intervention. It's like, you are killing your players. You will start forfeiting if you don't drop down your intensity.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Alan Murphy. And we are now in the true forwards. 9 years in the league.
Not exactly setting the world on fire. I'm gonna say pass.
Still
Maybe pass
19 PER, so it's still above average. His shooting is sort of but decent PR. Rebounding is still pretty good.
Yeah, 9 years in the league. First round pick, number 7 overall, so he's got some lucky numbers on him.
I'm going to give him a Phil minus. He is definitely worth picking up on the team. It's just the fact that, yeah, he is getting up there in age. If he was a younger player, definitely Phil, but...
I'll give him a Phil average because I think he might actually do some pretty good in his last 2 years. So don't give him a super big contract, but if you do want to grab him, give him a kind of a low ball amount and let him have some playing time every now and then, and he'll probably do you some good.
Well, it's even more, it's like he's good enough. He could probably start. It's just a matter of he'd be a starter. You don't want to be paying starter levels, or at least a
Exactly.
very short contract. But
Yeah,
as
that's what I'm trying
a
to say.
backup forward, yeah, definitely.
Solid. Totally solid.
Actually, yeah, I'll upgrade him to Phil normal because, yeah, if I'm saying he is starter capable, that would be grab, but his age is dropping him. Blancmange, or Mange, or however the
Blancmange is a French wolf.
Not bad shooting. Slightly above average PER. Really good defensive rating. Or defensive rebounding. But same as Murphy. He's in the league for 8 years, so he has a bit more time. But not by much, so I'll still just say Phil.
I'll put him as a grab minus.
grab minus.
I guess Phil plus. Brax Trenner. 12 years in the league.
Ooh.
Really good shooting, but still 12 years in the league. And actually way low PR, so I'm actually going to put him as a pass. So he shoots well, but either shoots very rarely or... Because I think he's more the power forward position usually.
Yeah, he's been around a while.
But low offensive rating, bad defensive rating. Pass.
Oh boy. Here come the Wonder Twins, or one of the Wonder Twins.
Chantal Magnano. Decent shooting. Sort of meh PER. And decent rebounding.
I forget which team this. I forgot which team this twin plays on. I gotta look that up real quick.
I'll give a Phil. Not really great, but
she played on Williamsburg, or not Williamsburg. Winnipeg. That's what I was trying to say. Winnipeg. It was a W team. I'd say Phil plus for me. If I were coaching the Winnipeg Voyagers though, and I wanted her back, I'd put her as probably a grab, probably a solid grab even.
Daisuke Tenno.
Daisuke Tenno. I don't know why I call him Daisuke. I don't know. Daisuke.
Worse offense shooting percentage than the previous two. Worse PR than Chantal. Worse rebounding. Basically, if you had to choose, worse in everything from Chantal. So whatever you gave him has to be lower than Chantal.
Yeah, I'll give him a pass. Damian Nathaniel.
I would pass on him.
8 years, so he's getting up there. Met offense, really bad PER. Pretty bad. He's worse than Daisuke. And he's old.
Worse than Daisuke, I'd say Void, maybe. And the other of the Wonder Twins, Danica Magnano.
The better of the two
better.
Wonder Twins.
The better twin. That's
Chip
why.
out.
44% shooting percentage, 55% true shooting percentage, 19.01 PER. Rebounding is sort of meh, and her defensive rating sucks. That might be the team.
Maybe a fail minus, fail plus fail. I'll say fail.
Looking at the
I put her
forward.
as a grab minus because speaking like from a character perspective, and I mean this with all the love out there for Harlow and everything like that. She's kind of the more the airhead, veiny type of the two twins. She likes to go out shopping a lot and likes to have all the designer clothes and everything like that. And Chantal's kind of the more laid back of the two. And the thing is, Danica may be a bit of an airhead, but she can actually back it up on the court too. She doesn't just back down from anything. She'll take on any challenge and be like, okay, like basically if this were like a real life review right now, like this were an actual roundtable in canon, she'd probably look at us and be like, oh really, I'm that bad in this area?
But if her, I
I'll
would
be
have
wrong.
given her grab, but that defensive rating.
Yeah, she'll be like, yeah, she'd probably hear that and be like, so my defensive rating sucks? Okay, I'll work on that this year. I'll see you next year, sweet cheeks. Or something like that.
The other Macon brother. 9 years in the league. 2.39 PER. Almost never gets an offensive rebound. And I go pass.
Yeah, pass.
So I even drop because he's old, pass minus. Doug Dramson, only 69 minutes in the league, but 13 years.
That's usually a bad time for such a long-term veteran like him. Okay, boy.
Emil O'Rourke.
D-League.
Not bad shooting. Below average PR, but not bad. And not great rebounding.
You D-League pickup.
I don't see anything as saying really, really bad, but nothing really saying any really good.
Phil. Then Phil.
Phil minus, pass plus somewhere in there.
Yeah. Go more pass plus, but
I'll go pass plus. Francisco Garibay.
58 minutes.
Unknown.
Yeah, I know.
Godfrey
Also another
Zindendel. 13.
The old
Zindendel.
goat himself.
What?
The old goat himself.
Yep. 13 years in the league. His stats aren't bad, but 13 years in the league. Meaning he's only going to be worse than this next year or this upcoming season.
Yeah, I'd say pass on him. Maybe a
No
pass.
money.
Maybe a pass plus if someone wants to give him a shot, because you never know. Sometimes old players can actually do a little bit, have maybe a few more years left in their tanks.
Jason Owens.
This one I do not know of, so I need to look that up.
And not great offensively. He is 6'10", so probably more power for it. Let's see how he looks defensively. Yeah, not bad defense. 91.7 defensive rating.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
But offensively, he sucks. Not bad rebounding. Only tiers in league. I'll give him pass plus. I'll go Phil minus.
I'd probably give him, yeah, Phil minus. Yep. He could probably dazzle somebody.
Jess Win. Slightly better shooting percentage, but lower PR than Owens.
Let's see.
I'll just put you as a pass.
Let me take a look at it real quick. Let's see. Javin Rhino, small forward. How? I gotta just ask this real quick. How is a Rhino a small forward? Like, no offense to the character or creator or anything like that, but that's just like, okay.
Yeah, you would think you would want to. Well, it could be, which would be weirder, a Rhino that's a point guard or a Rhino that's a small forward.
Yeah, honestly, Rhino. When I think of a Rhino as an FBA player, I think of him as like a power forward or
Yeah,
a power forward or center level, but not a small forward. Uh,
Courtney Whitelatch. 8 years in the league.
I'll give her a Phil minus and a recommendation if anyone's listening to this to try her out at power forward and see what she can do.
By age.
How
I'll do
high-
Phil
how tall is
minus.
she?
6'7".
Yeah, 20 white latch. Wait, how long has Courtney been in the league?
8 years. So still has a couple
Yeah.
good years before they start to decline, but getting.
Yeah, I'd say Phil. I'll put her as a solid Phil. LaShawn Grandin.
And very much meh shooting. Pretty good defensive rating, but very poor offensive rating. 4 years in the league.
Is he a regular forward or small forward or what's his?
6'6", so probably small. I'll give him a Phil. He's worse than Courtney, but in my opinion, but actually about the same as Courtney, but Courtney's a lot older.
So there's still some potential for LaShawn to get better. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a. Yeah, I'll say solid Phil.
If I remember correctly,
now.
he was Montana, I think.
Let me look. I'm actually on his page. He's on Montana.
So probably part of his shoot offense being low is because, well, if you're going to give the ball to someone, do you want to give it to him or do you want to give it to Cresta or Ren?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to give it to either Cresta or Ren or Those two are the solid small forwards in the Montana Howler group. So I think actually
Like he's
I'm probably
not
gonna
bad,
give.
but yeah.
I'll probably put him as actually a Phil plus because if you pin him against Cresta and Ren and Cresta probably got more of the ball than LaShawn. So maybe if he were on a team that would need a small forward, he could probably become a really high mark player, probably, and improve a lot of his stats. But he would need to be on a team that would need, like I said, a small forward.
Yeah. Lee Jin Sung,
Legion Song.
56% true shooting percentage,
I'm gonna put him
almost
as a grab.
24 PER. Really good defensive rating too. Definitely grab. I mean, he's not up to like, okay, do you want him over Tavella? You want Tavella, but I actually probably put him grab plus.
I'll put him as a grab. Legion Sung, and he's been in the league for 4 years now, so
He
he's
still
got
has
some
quite
time
a few
left.
time left, quite a bit of time left.
Quite a bit of time left, and he's probably not even at his peak yet, so you never know.
Lenny Hicks, 15 years in the
Boy.
league.
He's probably gonna retire like Nick Keegan or Dick Keegan.
If he doesn't get picked up, he might retire. Lily Rose, I remember that girl.
12 years in the league.
What do her stats look like?
Okay, shooting a 3.08 PER though, so either they do it very rarely or they like drop the ball all the time.
Yeah, pass.
55.2 offensive rating.
Do we want to put a pass minus, actually?
I'm going to drop that down to a void because that's also a 12-year-old player. Players have been in the year for 12 years.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like, love you, Lily. You were a really good player back in your day, but yeah. Oh, Mark Cantor the third.
175 minutes.
Unknown.
Unknown.
Yeah.
And probably in a void for Mary, probably.
Yeah.
Mary Wooten's probably gonna retire pretty soon.
Yeah, she's
a negative PER.
Yeah, she's ready to retire. Like she's had some good story, but I think it's her time to think about retirement.
Yeah.
Oh, copy paste.
Matha Yazagan, Balasubramanian.
Sort of close, I guess.
Copy and paste his name.
The name that only Hair could pronounce.
Even I think.
Well, I think it mainly depends on how many Indians do you know.
I think right now at this point he's like a Phil.
Yeah. Shooting percentage is about average. PR is about average. Defensive rating is about average. So yeah, everything screams average. So that's about where we want Phil.
Mike Lee.
7 years in the league, so getting up there, but not yet up to the. He definitely has at least good 3-4 more years. About average offense. Sort of bad defense though, but.
Phil Manning for me.
Yeah.
Morgan Winter. D-Lee pickup.
How's she looking?
Mass shooting. Offensive rating about 90, which is, well, not great, but not bad. below average PER, almost a 94 defensive rating. I'll probably do pass plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, pass plus.
Oh, Nikki Brown is also 8 years in the league. Oh no, that's next. Okay, Nikki Brown, 8 years in the league. 226 minutes.
Unknown.
Simply because of the 8 years, I'm going to probably go to pass.
I'm gonna go unknown for her.
Noah Brown,
That's
140.
They moved him to the deep reserves a lot this year, and I'm like, oh, really? Come on.
140 minutes. 13 games, but 140 minutes. Rachel Barsky. Decent shooting, sort of meh. Not great. Rebounding, not bad. Pretty good defense. 91.8 defensive rating. Minus. So as a defensive small forward, she could be decent, but offensively she needs work. Raphael Hayes.
I don't know about Hayes.
I need to look him up real quick. Raphael Hayes.
Bad offensive rating, bad defensive rating. This is not that bad.
He was someone I was looking at he was someone I was looking at in the past at picking up. He played for, let's see, the Dakota Bikers. I go pass on him.
And apparently we picked up another person. Hello, is that Brian?
Yes, yes it is.
Familiar voice.
The more the merrier.
Yeah.
You might want to lower your microphone volume a little bit, Brian. You're coming in a little loud.
Okay.
Anyway, feel free to join in, make your own column. Whether you want to try and play catch up or just start where we're at, it's up to you.
Yeah, I'll probably start where you guys are at. I'm like, jeez, I don't know what's going on. So I know we're talking about the free agency, but I mean, I don't know who we've talked about and all this and that at the moment. So I'll start off where you guys are at the moment.
Okay.
Am I coming in all right now?
Yeah.
All right. Go.
Okay. We're on
Renee for you.
row 75.
To be a bigger player, but I'm not quite sure what her think is right now.
24.4 PER, so definitely still way up there.
Let's get you to grab.
Better offensive rating than defensive rating. Or higher offensive rating than defense, so definitely that's really good. That's fairly rare to see.
Definitely a grab.
Yeah.
All right.
Roland Buckley.
Was actually really surprised for Texas this year. Whenever I first plugged him into his first starting game, he actually scored like 24 points, and that shocked me to my ground. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, really good shooting. PR is a little low. That might just be environment. 'Cause I do know Texas was struggling a lot.
Yeah, we were struggling a bit, and I was trying to figure out the proper small forward, power forward alignment. So I got
Really
a good power.
bad defensive rating though. But that's again, that might be just Texas.
I'll put him as a. I'll put him as maybe a Phil or Phil minus,
give him
because if he
Phil.
got onto a team with more stability, he might actually succeed.
He's definitely not starter level, but I can see Phil.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking here at the the PER and the true shooting here. I'll take it that the greener it is, the better. When it's red, it's pretty bad. He's kind of in the middle here, so I think you guys are probably right on that. I think he might be best as not as a starter, but definitely a guy to have in the middle, perhaps on the bench, comes on, comes off. I think pretty good in that role.
Could be a potential 6 for maybe.
Yeah, potential. Yeah, that could work. I think. I mean, okay. I mean, you guys have heard me on the podcast. I'm not exactly the most expert at the FBA at the moment, but I mean, I'm just kind of looking at the stuff here, and well, I mean, he does look like. I mean, taking my experience from the other leagues and that, I do think he does have the potential to be kind of a sixth here, perhaps like the utility player. Like he does have the potential here by the looks of it.
Yeah. And he's only 1 year in the league, so he's only going to get better.
Yeah, that's definitely an upside to the guy. I mean, if he's only been there for 1 year, he's definitely going to be going up, I think. So I mean, he might be potential starter sometime soon, but I mean, that's really going to depend on his development, I believe. So I mean,
Yeah,
if you got
he came in undrafted last year. I was looking at a couple guys in the undrafted list, and his name stuck out for me a lot. And I was like, do I go for this guy or do I go for someone else? I forgot who it was. That was also a undrafted character. That was also a forward that I wanted. But Roland stuck out for me, and I decided to give him a chance. And he, like I said, proved me to be a pretty good player. So he could be. I think we've covered him pretty much all the way through, and I'm just repeating myself here.
He's definitely well rounded, a lot of potential, just that defensive rating. But that might be team.
Yep.
But,
Yep. Samuel Panagolian Jr.
About average shooting, 17.5 PR. That's pretty good.
I mostly
Decent
played him on the
defense
bench.
too.
I played mostly on the bench because I wasn't really sure how he'd fit in on the offensive scheme in Texas, and I wasn't sure if he was a proper fit. But if someone else wants him, I'd say he'd probably be about Phil plus, I think.
Yeah, his offensive rating could use a bit more work, but his defensive rating is good, and his PR is above average. So.
I'd honestly say kind of the same with kind of Roland Buckley here. I think he's kind of like at the moment kind of just he'd probably be a consistent guy, but he's not the guy. Like you could have him there, but I mean you don't really want to have to use him as a main player because I mean he seems a bit middle of the road to me.
Yeah. Sierra Delgado.
Getting up there in age. 8 years in the league. About averaging, but really low PER.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. That's not good at all. Like, I mean.
But for reference, for those that don't know, PER is normalized at 15. So 15 is exactly average. And then theoretically, there should be as many people at 25 as 5.
Oh god.
I give her a pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying a pass. Perhaps I need some time to D-Link. I don't know. Like, I mean,
Well, it's 8 years in the league, so they're probably almost not going to be picked up. I think they're outside the range where they'll be viable for D-League even.
Oh, jeez. I hope they got their retirement plans ready. They might be done. Oh, boy.
Dan Shields Jr.
Having a rough rookie year.
Yeah. Sometimes you get the sons of legends, and they do very well. Like, I mean, I'll use an example that a lot of you probably don't know, but I mean, Gary Ablett Sr. and Jr. in the AFL. Like, Gary Ablett Sr., great player, great forward, Hall of Fame, and his son, like, you could debate he was even better because, like, he's won 2 Brownlow medals, won about 2 premierships, and that. So I mean, he's definitely worth it here. But I think we've got the case of the other, like the ones we tend to see usually is that the son just isn't as good as the father, and I think we're seeing it here in the stats. I mean, 45.7% on true shooting and a 5.77 on PER here. This is average with the shooting, pretty bad here with the PER here. I think this is. You guys think this is a pass, perhaps? Or do you think he
Also,
needs
keep
to
in
be
mind, worse defensive rating than Saria.
Oh god. So, what do you guys think? Is this you think this guy's over the pass here? Because I'm starting to
Yeah.
kind of think perhaps, but I mean, he is only a rookie. I mean, you
Yeah.
could give him some development, perhaps.
I'm giving him a pass minus.
Next
Ooh,
one should be
Tahiri.
higher than that, though. Tahiri Andrea Matsaniro.
Should be.
I know he's a
The
ringtail.
other lemur.
The lemur.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna tell. Is this one of Jay Will's
Only
characters?
lemur that is not created by me.
Oh, the only name. Okay. It's
I
also
just
the
said.
lemur with probably the longest last name, I think.
No, I think Copy Pasta Squirrel is probably still better. So
Oh,
longer.
jeez.
I just have to ask you, Jay Wolf. Are you going to fight for him in the free agency?
Probably. Likely.
Yeah, like.
They're gonna have all the lemurs.
Should we even debate this one if he's gonna end up picking this guy up? Or
Well,
is
we
it
can
a
still
guy?
say about for what other teams would want. Definitely
Yeah,
well
no,
above
absolutely.
shooting. Almost a 20 PR, which is about where I'd want for a starter. So borderline starter level offense. Not the greatest defense. If his defensive
Go ahead.
if his defensive rating was a little bit better, I'd probably put him as a grab. Instead, I think I'll probably put him as a fill plus.
I'm going to put him as a grab minus. Because
Yeah, I'll
he
do
is
grab
like,
minus.
I think this is his second year. Is it? Yeah, it's his,
Yeah, he just finished his rookie
contract.
he finished his rookie contract, so he'll be in his 3rd year. So
Yep.
you never know. He might actually get better.
Mm-hmm. I think so. He could.
He could
Jeez.
be.
Guys. God.
I was going to say, and probably if they offer him a 3-year, if they offer him like a 3-year deal or something like that, in about 3 years from now, we'd probably be putting him as probably either a grab plus or maybe even a fight minus, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong. I could be right. I don't know. But that's just my prediction.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this player looks pretty decent here from what I'm seeing. I mean, I hope I'm not seeing a bit too out of my depth at the moment, though. Maybe I'm a little. I mean, keep in mind. I mean, I've only just put in my first player here, and like mainly what I've been focusing on has been the FAFL and the UFFL. So I mean, I'm not exactly the most experienced here. So I'm mostly looking at the ones that can give me kind of the graphics that can give me a kind of indication on if this person is worth it or not. So I mean, from what I'm seeing on this player, I mean, God, you want me to try and pronounce that last name because, yeah, I might botch it.
Yep.
If they didn't want us to butcher
Uh,
their names, they'd give us easy to pronounce ones. So
And Graham Metsin
Yeah, Mike
Takeru
Sonora.
Ishijima.
Oh,
Takeru.
okay.
291
Takeru
minutes. So
191 minutes. Damn, he didn't get a lot of playing time.
I'm
in
going
there.
to, considering all the reds, I'm just going to go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt of the unknown.
All right.
Yeah.
Because
So,
I mean, I'm looking at the stats here, and they don't look good.
Yeah, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. That's just because of low sample size.
Yeah, I do the same. I mean, if you don't have enough time on the field and like or court, as I should say, and you've pretty much got bad numbers, I mean, you gotta give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, I mean, you'd think they'd be better if he'd been given them more time.
Theodore Rockwell.
Interesting one here.
Average, slightly above average in offense, looks like.
everyone's favorite hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
Not
2014 undrafted. Got big paying bucks last year. 10 million. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
6'8", so on the taller side of the forwards. Really not liking that defensive rating, but
I mean, he looks okay to me. Like, I mean, he seems like he probably does deserve a spot on the team. I
Yeah.
mean, is he starter level? I don't know. I
well,
mean,
that's
he
the
has
difference
taken a
between
bit of a
grab and
tumble.
fill. So he's definitely fill at least, but it's do you see him as starter level? And his offense as a power forward, maybe if his defensive rating was good, but it's not. And as a small forward, his offense is sort of just slightly less than what I would want for a small forward.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, I'll just give him Phil plus.
Yeah, I think he'll find a team. I mean,
Yeah.
As I said before, we've got a lot worse with some of this. I mean, hey. I mean, even if he's not the starter, I think he could end up finding a spot on a team. I mean, as I said with some of the like Roland Buckley and Panagoran Jr., I think he'll probably be one of them that perhaps doesn't get like a starter role, but perhaps gets like the sixth fur role, and he could be decent in that. So, and that's all I'm gonna say on that. Anyone else want to add anything?
Nope.
Other than I was offered a trade from him earlier, so I was like, that price was a little bit high for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't go for a huge contract with this guy. Like, I mean, wait for the price to come down, I think.
Yeah, I'd say don't give him a super big contract, and just don't give him a super big contract. You can pick him up, definitely try and pick him up, but don't give him a super big contract. Todd Stewart.
272 minutes, so on the low end.
I'd say unknown.
Yeah.
Not really much to add there. I mean, they've got another case of the like Ishijima here, because I mean, sorry if I'm kind of going like a bit stumbly here. Just like I don't really know what to add. You've kind of summed him up.
Mind if I ask though what his stats look like for his minimal playtime?
For Stewart?
Yeah.
Really low. It's like one of the lowest for the shooting percentages of the forwards until we get to Garibay. And one of the lowest, the lowest true shooting percentage of all the forwards. 4.79 PER and almost a 95 in defensive rating. So 70 offensive rating, 95 defensive rating.
Could be a defensive player, maybe, if you want to try him.
But 95 defensive rating is one of the worst, too. Good defensive players you want probably around like 91, 92. The top are in like the 80s. Or almost 90. There's like a 9 players that are like under 90.
Good point.
Okay.
Valley Smolov. So I don't speak
Mm.
Russian very well.
211 minutes.
I'd probably just say he probably needs more time here. I mean, like the true shooting looks okay, but the PER here looks terrible. Like 6.98 here. That's not gonna cut it. I don't think that's gonna cut it.
Unknown.
Unknown. Viran Kivar.
Viran Kavar.
Pretty good shooting, 49.3.
Very good PER as well, 24.4 here. That's
Definitely
very good.
starter level.
Yep.
And really good defensive rating too for a small. Well, actually, he's more of a
Hmm.
power forward, but so think of a power forward with really good shooting.
Yep.
I definitely think about picking this guy up.
16 wins added.
Grab plus. I'll ask just one little side note for
Yeah, grab
Viran
plus.
Kivar. If you say his name in kind of like one of those classic like superhero or anti-hero movies, he sounds like one of those anti-hero type characters. Viran Kivar. Aha, and he probably has like a handlebar mustache that he wiggles while he says his name.
Oh Jesus!
Okay, now
Just want to
Viran,
just want to say that.
you're my number one guy.
and now we're into the guards, who defensive rating is not as important for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Akiak Pratt.
Everyone's favorite transgender husky.
I would definitely agree with that. I quite like this kid.
Sort of meh offense, though.
I'd probably put him as a Phil, either a Phil or Phil plus somewhere in there.
Go more Phil minus.
Somewhere in the Phil category because there's still some story there for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure I use my pronouns right for this one, but yeah, some story potential and also some potential to even improve and get better.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree with that.
Oh, I actually messed up earlier. This is the one that Boss likes to call Anna Banana or Alan Banana or something another.
Well, Alan Banarasi
Banarasi.
Nantakarn.
Yep, Anna Banana Nana.
Jesus.
Or Alan
I
Banana.
mean, all I'm saying is I'm kind of glad I don't have to say this now in the podcast. Like, oh god.
Better
There have been some
offensive
names
rating?
I've.
It's like
Okay, I was just gonna say there's been various names I've butchered on FSN.
yeah,
Uh,
slightly better shooting, slightly better offensive rating, slightly worse defensive rating than Akiak. We'll leave him as Phil minus. He's worth picking. Actually, I'll do both Phil, just normal Phil.
I'll do Phil. I'll do Philly. Alicia Silverman.
One of the Fab Five Foxes, but same time, 11 years in league.
yeah, that's gonna go against her, I think. I mean, she's got some good stats here. I mean, that's definitely gonna go for her, but going against her is the age. Like,
Yeah.
How long is it until she falls off the cliff? That's a good question.
But considering how good she is, I definitely see her as being I'm gonna probably put her as grab minus because yeah, this Fab Five is like, and before Adam Davella retired or declared renegotiation, the top 5 PR players for the free agents were all Foxes, and she was like one of those 5. So she's one of the best free agents in regards to PER, but she is also old. I'll probably do grab minus and just say, okay, if you're offering her definitely give her a contract. She should be definitely grabbed, and is still starter ready, but
How long can you really depend on her?
either a short contract or a depreciating contract.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Andreas
Vilkasatis.
Vilkasatis. That's
Pretty good offensive stats. And hey, one of the first people we have with an actually above 0 PPR.
Mm.
So decent shooting and only 1.2, so could stand as a backup point guard. So definitely say Phil.
I need to look.
Phil plus.
Oh, this guy, yeah.
Actually, there's a lot of really good cards. So.
I think he was actually a starter for the Block C Voodoo at one point. Let me take a look here on there. Yeah, he was actually a starting shooting guard because Derek Kim was the starting point guard for the Block C Voodoo. I think considering that, I probably give him a grab minus.
I'm just going with a flat fill because his stats they're good, but his PR is average, and when you consider how many other really good guards there are.
Yeah, but also I'm just saying he played shooting guard behind Derek Kim.
Yeah.
So Derek Kim was point guard. He was starting shooting guard. So I'd say try moving Andreas into a point guard position, and he'd probably have a whole lot better stats than he does now.
Yeah.
He'd probably even be a borderline fighter, probably.
But based on what I'm seeing, definitely worth picking up, but I'm just going to leave him as Phil for now.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Anel Nell.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good shooting. Not so much good at the threes, but yeah, they shoot it fairly often. Really good defensive rating for a guard. 91.9. So definitely
Pretty good
Phil.
player. Yeah, definitely a filler. And just kind of want to throw this out there just a tiny little bit. What is it with amphibians being defensive guards? So many people in here. What is going on?
Hey, we got another person.
I wouldn't even gonna try to fight with me, but okay.
I see.
Hello, Autumn.
Hello, Otto.
I was about to go.
That's fine.
Just before I go, just a few quick plugs here, just because I was going to promote these anyway, but I've been having a bit of a break here. The FAFL has opened up both their draft submission and team submission, so anyone interested can just go to the FAFL Fur Affinity page at www.furaffinity.net/user/FAFL. And essentially, the links will be there in the latest 360. Besides that, the files will be happening in a week, so that should be very interesting. And FSN normally comes out whenever we've done an episode, so we'll probably be doing one soon because we do have a lot of news to cover soon. So, well, now because we've got the free agency, we've got the combine happening right now in the FBA, we've got the Federal Finals, free agency on the UFL side. So, I mean, there's a lot to cover. Thanks, guys, for letting me on. Hope I didn't seem too out of depth.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, well,
See you later.
thanks. Thanks. I'll probably next time I come on, I'll probably be a bit more knowledgeable considering I've got a player coming in.
Oh.
So I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys later.
Have a nice night.
Bye.
Have a good night.
See you guys.
Also, Adam, feel free to join in with your own column if you want to try and do catch-up game or just start where we're at. Feel free.
Sure.
Both links are in the FBA meeting chat. Just scroll up a little bit.
Okay, I see it. Yep, and for Epiat and Redmayne, he's pretty much all. We pretty much come to a consensus that he's a grab. Chris has a grab plus Mega J Wolf say grab, and I say grab his main.
For him,
That's
it's
the
more,
secret
I'll be honest, it's more the issue of, is he up to the point where do we want to start thinking of him as a fight, or is he still just a normal grab?
He'd be about a grab plus, I would say.
Not grab plus.
Grab plus, fight minus, I'd say. Somewhere in that category. The grab plus seems like a really good spot for him.
Eric Gonez Katu. Pretty good shooting. 54 in shooting, 1902 PR, 0.9 PPR, so that's above 0, but not great. Also really good defensive rating. I'm going to put him as Phil Plus. I don't think he's quite yet starter level, but definitely close. And considering this is just after his rookie contract, I think he'll definitely get to be starter level. I just don't think he's there now.
I'll be back in a bit, guys.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say he's about a Phil plus, or maybe even a grab minus, even probably. Wait, here. There we go. Go Phil plus on him. But definitely either Phil plus or grab minus. You can probably figure out a way to work him into your starting lineup if you wanted to give him a shot. But
I'm just going to do Phil because if you hit page down once and see all the green from the guards, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of really good guards coming out this year.
This year's the year of guards.
Bailey Brisbane, 8 years in the league. Not that impressive of stats.
Yeah, his stats have been kind of not that great. Like I remember we covered him like a year or so ago or a couple years ago, and we kind of came to a consensus that his stats weren't all that good back then, and they haven't really improved much, I don't think.
So you're getting a pass.
I'll give him a pass plus. He could probably still be like an emergency filler if you need someone like really, really need somebody, but I kind of don't see him as being, well, someone you would want long term.
Especially considering Bailey is also 8 years in the league.
Yeah.
Belissa Saltellare.
Yeah, Belissa Salvatore, yeah. Saltellare, yeah, Saltellare. I think that sounds about right.
Ooh.
I need to look her up.
4.4 PER. 69 offensive rating. 97 defensive rating.
High defense, low offense.
Yep. Next one we haven't.
I'd say pass.
Next one.
Can
Cadence Rain, another of the D League recommendations. They led the D League in assists per game and steals per game. I would have been disappointed if the Dancing Penguin did not lead steals per game.
Yeah, I kind of let her go this last year, and that might have been a bit of a mistake.
Let's see her stats on this. Okay, there we are. A B in speed, A minus in steal, B minus in pass, D's in rebounding, but you don't generally care much about rebounding. Everything else is pretty much C minus to C plus.
I'll put her as a Phil minus. Either a Phil minus or probably even a Phil even. Because when she was in Texas, she was up there with
Yeah, she was a steal monster.
she was a steel monster. Yeah, she was the steel monster with Raul, I believe. Raul Fox.
Wasn't it like Ricardo was the other steal monster of the team? I think. I don't know.
No, Zuleta was Raul Zuleta was the other steel monster. Between those two, it was a steel competition practically. So if you want Cadence Rain, I would say give her a chance. She could probably help you steal some balls and help you at least help you score more points if you want to focus more offensively.
Of course, as with all the D leagues, it's like, well, don't give her a huge contract, but yeah, definitely
Give her a shot.
But yeah, the whole point of it is getting these to start with, like, well, if you of characters from the D League that might be of interest for people to pick up, it's like, okay, I don't really like the people here, but okay, these guys are potentially useful. Clarissa, 48 minutes. Doug Dawson. Not bad shooting.
Doug Dawson. Oh, let me look him up real quick.
I think Montana.
Doug Dawson. Oh yeah, the Lion. What's the stats like?
Slightly above average on everything. 51.5 true shooting, so pretty decent shooting. 15.48 PR, so about average PR. Pretty good defensive rebounding for a guard. 10.9%. 86.8 offensive, 93.9 defensive.
Phil?
Yes. I was being like, do I want to do Phil Plus? It's like, nah, it's a guard. You generally want PR closer to 20 for a guard starter.
Yeah, he'd be more of a filler. Eleanor Rigby.
227 minutes. Also 10 years in the league.
Eleanor, 10 years in the league.
Shooting isn't
only
bad, but PR is slightly below average. Not bad
go
defense.
unknown.
I'm gonna go pass for the sole fact of 10 years in the league.
Yeah, I'd say pass. Actually, I'll change that to pass. Elisa Lawless. This one's gonna be a fun one.
Slightly below average shooting, a 7 PR. .72 offensive rating, 92 defensive rating. Remember correctly, it was sort of weird for her because it was like, I said, like, okay, gave her a pass of only pick her up for the story. She got picked up for the story and then did really well for the first year of her contract, and then apparently is tapered off for the second year.
Pass. I might give her actually. I'll probably give her a little bit of a benefit of the doubt. Give her a pass plus. Let me check something here.
I know they're one of the more active players in the league.
Yeah. See, 2013, 2017, tapered off and played in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I'd say give her a pass plus, because maybe if she goes on to another team, she might pick herself back up a little bit and maybe start to increase some of her numbers a little bit, possibly. But she's only played on 2 teams and probably needs another team that will give her a fresh start. That's what I'm thinking. Ezra Rise Blackwell.
255 minutes, so on the low end.
Unknown. Gilbert Exon. Oh boy, this is, I think, an older player too,
Yep.
I think.
8 years in the league.
Not too bad.
Pretty good shooting, 55 true shooting. Almost a 50% field goal rating. 19
That's pretty good.
PER. Not the best defensive rating, but to guard, so we don't really care about that. And his offensive rating is still a higher number.
Phil or Phil plus somewhere in there.
I'm actually gonna probably give him grab minus. He is starter level, but he is old.
I'll give him a Phil plus because yeah, he is starter level, but he is also getting old, and you don't know if he'll get hit with the Nerf stick this year.
He's 8. You generally don't get I think it's you don't get hit with the Nerf stick until you're like closer to 10, 9, 10 years, that when you start getting on the decline. He's not going to improve any for this year, but I don't think he's going to decline.
Yeah. I don't think he'll decline too much, but yeah, I think I'd still give him a Phil plus just to be on the safe side.
Chris Fool.
Oh boy, Gris. Gris.
Not bad shooting. Sort of low PR, so either doesn't shoot often or drop the ball a lot. .2 PPR though, so probably not the drop in the ball. Probably just doesn't shoot that often. A very slow play style.
Yeah, Pacific Lamprey guard, plays for the Tallahassee Typhoons. Let me see where he is on the depth chart here. Where he's on the he's in the deep reserve, so probably didn't see a lot of playing time. So, wait, did he see a lot of playing time? How much playing time does he have?
500. Okay, something to help, because this one might be one that helped. From the scouting report, an S in speed, B in free throw and close, B in dribble, A in pass, B plus in perimeter, but then a D in strength, contact, block, defensive rebounding, offensive rebounding, and post. So as a point, so he's pretty much a person, someone built more as a point guard than anything. And from the
I'd
point guard
say-
perspective, he's not bad.
Maybe a fill.
I'll give him a fill because he's definitely worth picking up as like a backup point guard.
Yep.
Hector Hart,
Hector Hart. Ooh,
another deer. I remember
I
correctly.
know about this. Yep, he's a deer. A daddy deer this time. I know he played in the All-Star game in his rookie year and did really well, actually.
Really, really good defensive rating. Offensively, he's sort of lacking, but a 90 defensive rating.
He also didn't play a lot this year. He's been mainly in the deep reserves or do not play, so they really didn't. Santa Ana didn't really utilize him all that much because they already had their starting shooting guard, and they didn't want to. They used him more as a backup than anything else, and he's not really a backup. He could be a potential starter.
First, given his height, unless I wrote that wrong, he's almost better as a forward than a guard. Is he actually 6'8", or did I write that wrong?
Let me look that up. Hector Hart, I'm looking at it right now. Taking its own damn sweet time. Yeah, he is actually 6'8".
So he's more of a small forward than he is a shooting guard.
He could probably be a. I don't know if Roger is active in the league anymore, but maybe we could probably talk to the committee about maybe adjusting him to whoever picks him up if they want to adopt him or want to get in touch with Roger or whatnot. They could probably talk about adjusting him to a swing for maybe.
Yeah.
He could probably do better as a swing for even and do some really good stuff. So I think I'll give him a.
I'll give him a fill
know.
from the notion of, from a perspective of a small forward, a 90 defensive rating and not bad offense. From a small forward perspective, he's worth picking up. As a shooting guard, his PR is a little low and he's not a point guard. Also, his free throws need work. 70% free throws? What's that, what? 7 of 10? So, not really much.
Yeah.
Helen Prescott, 150 minutes.
I need to check something real quick on Hector Hart real quick. Just give me one moment.
Okay.
Where is he?
She does have. Oh, I'm
So-
back. She does
alright.
have a good
What-
pass rating though on the scouting
Yeah.
report.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind also just about Hector Hart. In the 2017 Rookie Challenge, Eric Toivonen may have been the player of the game or all-star player of the game with 6 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and a block. But Hector Hart probably also could have been the MVP because he had, 21 points, only committed 2 personal fouls, 1 turnover, got 2 rebounds though. Didn't really do much in the assisting or blocking category, but he can still put some points on the board if you need him to. Just something to keep in mind.
Okay, Helen Prescott,
Helen?
only 151 minutes. So
Unknown.
Jake Velix, 12 years in the
Yeah.
league. His stats are still looking pretty good, but 12
The
years
Nerf
in the
ban might be
league.
coming for him.
So I'm just going to put him as a fill, I guess. And then just sort
Yeah,
of
I'll put him as
keep in mind 12 years in the league.
the Grim Reaper is coming with his Nerf bat. Woo.
Dragon's like, be nice to my husband. Old gun up. He's old. He's not going to be starter level anymore. Jasper LeBeau.
Jasper LeBeau.
Oof. That PR rating.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just off of his rookie contract, so he could improve, but oof. On a guard, no less. 68 offensive rating. Boss.
Let me look here. Let me look him up as a character here and stuff. I want to see this real quick. Let's see. Jasper LeBeau, hair, shooting, and point guard. How the you might want to try him more as a point guard because he's 5'7". Just height range.
Whoa, Jasper's stats are all over the place from the scouting report. A in speed, B in jump, B in pass, and B in free throw. And then D in foul and contact, so he's going to draw a lot of fouls. F in close, F minus in block, F minus in offensive rebounding, D in post, C plus in perimeter.
Hey, that's a casserole of yikes.
So a few really good stats and then some really, really bad stats.
Pass. Maybe. I'll give him a pass plus, but only under the condition you talk to the committee about saying, what can we do about this casserole of whatever this is?
Pretty much almost a min-max character. Really, really good at some stuff at the cost of being really, really bad at other stuff.
Yeah, I need to talk to the committee about maybe balancing him out a little bit more than he might amount to something.
Okay. Jaden Moreno. 485 minutes, so
More of a defensive player than offensive.
about average player offensively. Not bad defensively. Thinking Phil?
Yeah, I'd say so. Oh, God. Jedrick Christodopoulos. Or Delopoulos.
Offensively, slightly. Whoa. Dude, you need to work on your free throws. You're a guard. Or did you only shoot 3? No, 22 of 33. So you miss it. It's a guard that's missing almost as many of his free throws as most, well, more free throws than the bigs.
Oh, yeah, that's... He also played in Texas for a spell, but really wasn't all that impressive. I'd probably put him as maybe either a pass, I'd say. Pass plus, Phil minus, maybe.
Yeah, pass plus. Or, actually, I'll do full minus.
I'll go pass plus.
I know CCAT wanted to really try and promote the next one.
Yeah, Jeremy Goodnight. Yeah, he was actually one of the other ones I was considering whenever I was looking at Roland Buckley earlier. I was really considering him, but I tried pushing him more towards Crossplane's way because he needed a point guard that can actually do some good stuff, or just a starting guard general that can do some good stuff. And Jeremy's did some pretty good stuff in Arizona whenever I saw him play. But what's his stats look like though overall though?
I know, it's like, oh hey, can you promote my character? Give him more of a shot. It's like, well, their shooting leaves a lot to be desired. Like, they need to stop shooting threes. 11 for 61 from the threes, from the woods. Not much better from the charity stripe. Offensive rating of 71, defensive rating of 93. Let's see what this says. Give him back for that.
Let me look at Jeremy Goodnight real quick. Just overall.
Okay. Jeremy Goodnight has the same problem of one of the characters I had, which was Anton, which is the unfortunate thing of everything on Jeremy Goodnight is C. Which is the sort of jack of all trades of you're good at nothing, you're equally good at everything, which means you're not good at anything. And the engine treats OKC is, well, you suck at everything.
Oh.
Because if you don't have a B or an A in shooting, you're generally not making many of your shots. And if you're a C and going up against someone that has a B in that rating, well, you're going to lose out to them. Maybe see if you can pick him up, then maybe try and see if you can get the committee to make him not only C's.
Yeah, talk to the committee and talk to CCAT and be like, what do you talk to both CCAT and talk to the committee and see what you can do. I'd put him at a pass plus.
Yeah.
Just so you can, because you never know, if you fix something in one area, he might actually turn out to be really darn good.
So why is he shooting threes if his three-point shooting is his lowest stat? I'm not even joking at that. Everything is a C. The only one that is not a grade C is 3-point percent is his 3-point, which is a C minus.
Yeah, I'd say pass plus or fill minus somewhere in there. Talk to the committee. That's a talk to the committee sort of thing.
Yeah. Jonah Vastenhaupt. Shooting is meh, but 9.2 PPR.
Ooh.
See.
Someone who could be a good point guard for someone, or even a backup even. Let me look her up as an actual character, because I'm kind of curious. Jonah Vastenhaupt. I like to have a face of the character. Parker.
Jonah has the 11th best PPR in the league.
Ooh, that's...
So he's the 11th best point guard in the league.
That's pretty... That's actually pretty good.
So I'm definitely going to give you the grab treatment because 11th best point guard in the league.
24 teams, you're the 11th best. Yeah, that's definitely grab worthy.
If his shooting was a little bit better, I would probably put him as maybe even like grab plus fight. Oh, actually, no. I am going to actually put him grab plus because also a 90 defensive rating.
Yeah, that's grab plus worthy, I'd say. That's worth a grab plus.
I don't know if you necessarily want to be fighting over him, but yeah.
If you need a point guard, like a real good point guard, someone young, that's because he was the
This is just off
26
his rookie contract, so yeah.
yeah, and not to mention picked 7th overall by the San Jose Thrust. First round, 7th overall pick.
So yeah, he definitely should be getting offers.
Definitely get some offers for that one. That's a
One of the best point guards and also one of the best defensive players. What is he ranked in defensive rating? What's this thing started as?
this answer might determine whether he's either gonna stay as a grab plus or maybe even as a fight minus.
Yeah.
Do I need to do a drum roll or
See. So subtract from people who are like low playtime. 41st defensive player.
keep him at a grab plus, I would say.
Not phenomenal, but definitely way up there.
Yeah.
On a guard, no less.
Yep. If it were in the top 24, candidate area, I'd say probably give him a fight minus before he's really nothing to really smile about.
There's a guard we're
It's
coming
good,
up.
but it's,
Well, there's a couple swings that we're coming up to that is, I do
Yeah.
know is even better than that. Okay,
Jordan Marks.
ooh, really bad PR.
So he's not one of the Marks brothers.
No, 72 offensive rating, 93 defensive rating.
Yeah, he was
Sort of average shooting.
Yeah, just off his rookie contract, picked 36th overall by the Las Vegas Wildcards. One of Medipas's characters. And also swing for 2, so
Well, this is just guard. As much just a guard. So swing
he's
for.
actually guard forward.
Oh, so he is actually swing. Oh,
Yeah, it says guard forward on his thing here, on his actual page.
all right. Yeah, that's one mistake on mine.
Does that influence
My rating of him,
rating?
it won't really inflate because swing is still, well, not his defensive rating isn't good enough. Swing would just say, okay, put a little bit more preference in the defensive rating, but his defensive rating still sort of sucks.
I'll put him as a. Let's see. Jay will give him a fill. You're giving him a pass. I'll give him a pass plus somewhere in there.
Cresta
Cresta.
Renstill, one of the other Fab Five Foxes.
Fight for your life.
One of my characters, so I'm not going to actually vote on them.
And oh hey, Hector Lewis's ex-boyfriend.
Kyle McLeod.
Kyle McLeod. Hector Lewis's ex-boyfriend and that one scandal.
Yeah, a little low field goal percentage, but not bad 3-point.
Is he like? I forgot. Is he a regular guard or is he a swing?
Well, he's 6'0", so I would imagine just guard.
Let me check his page real quick. Yeah, he's a solid guard. So yeah. Would you say maybe Phil? Maybe.
What for McLeod?
Yep.
Phil, Phil minus.
Yeah. I'd say Phil minus. Laertes Foxwell.
First off, dude, I know you only tried it rarely. Stop shooting threes. 1 of 17.
Damn.
It's like he kept shooting. It's like I finally got one. Okay, good. Stop shooting them. Ignoring that, his shooting is actually pretty good. If you ignore the, if you take away his threes, we're talking about 90 out of 170 shots. So his shooting within the arc is over 50%.
Outside the arc, it's not so good.
Yeah, outside the arc, it's his one shot probably just got lucky where like the defender nicked it just enough that made it actually go in this time. Beyond that, pretty good shooting percentage, decent PR, decent offensive rating, decent defensive rating. Definitely only 2 years in league. Definitely Phil.
Yeah, definitely Phil. I might even give him a benefit of a Phil plus if he stops shooting three-pointers.
Well, you never know. There was that one year where it's like, okay, we had Wendy Brown who kept shooting 3 after 3 after 3 and had like 1 in 30 go in. And then we yelled at her, and then she's actually, I think, pretty decent at them now.
Yeah, either stop shooting them or keep, or maybe like Wendy, like you just said with Wendy Brown, you'll start making them in more often. So yeah, I'd say Phil plus.
Leonardo da Hugo, 11 years into the league.
Started for Lorraine.
Still really good shooting and also still starter level PR. I'm going to put Phil plus. He is definitely worth still picking up. Actually, I'll do grab minus. Because he is starter level, it's just he's old, so don't give him a big contract.
Yeah. Lindsay Morrison.
I would
I'm
definitely get an offer for her. Hopefully, I'm going to try and get her back to the Baltimore Spirit. But we'll see.
I'll just say this now as her agent. She is a little bit inclined to probably rejoin the Baltimore Spirits, but she's also going to humble some other offers out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Just to see what's out there.
Understandable.
Yeah. She wants to see what's out there, but she's definitely looking at the Baltimore Spirits as probably a home.
Slightly better than Hugo in offense. And about the same in defense.
Did really good last year. She was actually a starter for Baltimore like majority of the season, so she did some amazing stuff. So she's either a grab or a fight for sure.
Logan Green.
Logan Green.
Well, offensively looking like average. Defensive rating is not bad, but it looks like Phil. 16 PR. Oh, also another note for Lindsay, 2.8 PPR.
Hmm.
So a point guard that can shoot.
You always want one.
But for green, I'll just, yeah, Phil. About average, which is about what you want for Phil.
Yeah, 2016, number 19 overall. So picked up by Banger, then traded to Arizona in the Lance Wildfire trade. I give him a Phil plus, possibly. You can
Oh,
put-
lady.
Oh, she is.
Oh,
Margaret
God, Draken.
Walters, 12 years in the league.
I'll pass.
Aw, Draken saying grab doggy. Oh, that's cute.
I'll go Phil minus. They're still decent, but
Mm,
they're old.
I'd say
Actually,
Phil.
I'll go pass plus.
I'll give her the Phil minus for that.
Melanie Kazanishi.
D-League player.
Pretty good stats. A in foul and defensive rebound, or in dribble. A B in speed, jump, endurance, and perimeter defense. B minus in close. Everything else is C.
God damn it, Draken. Don't touch mine. For Jonah Vastenhout.
Draken, there will be a fight for that guy.
Phil Skunky.
Um,
Phil, my son. What? Or my Phil son? Oh.
Love you too, Draken.
Wow, rude. Yeah. I'm just looking at all your comments there. Those are funny. Let's see. For
one of them got expanded.
For- Milani,
Players.
I'd
The
say
very last tour in the FBA.
See if it'll let me change this.
She's gone at the end of the era.
Okay, I think it's probably here.
Mer-
There we go.
yeah, Merrill Providence.
Very last tour.
Let me shrink this back down to normal size. Okay. Real Providence. Decent. Slightly above average for, well, average shooting, slightly above average PPR. 3.5 PPR, so still a really good point guard.
Yeah,
Defense sort of sucks on the Tar, but then again, I imagine it's probably hard to maneuver that all those extra limbs to defend properly. From the status of point guard level, I'll give Phil plus.
Yeah, I give Merrill a Phil plus too.
I don't think he's starter level, but definitely if you need a backup point guard, yeah, definitely grab.
And we got Monty.
Monty Silverthorne. 10 years in the league.
Getting there in age.
Still really good stats.
I'll say Phil.
Yeah.
Good lemur. My lemur.
Might have been a grab, or a grab minus if it wasn't for the fact he's old. Narcissa Cassius. Really good shooting. Pretty good defense. 92.
Sorry, Draken. I had to say that.
I'll do grab plus.
I'll revise my new mind to fight, actually, because she loves a good fight.
Yeah, she does.
Usman Lee. Another D-League player. Scouting report has an S in jump, A in close.
D-League player. I've been for years.
Hmm.
Personally, with that on there, I'll probably just do pass plus.
What in the world, reckon?
What in the frick, Draken? Oh, I see. That's a Tommy gun. That's supposed to be a Tommy gun. Mine!
Yeah, let's not break the thing.
Draken, you're silly.
Okay, anyway. Puradora Squatch.
Sluggy.
Sluggy.
Pretty good
Sluggy.
shooting. 16.36 PR. Pretty decent East. Better offensive rating, higher offensive rating than defensive rating, though they're about the same. 1.1 PPR. So I'm probably going to do... I would do Phil, but I'm going to give Phil plus for the PPR.
I'll do Phil. Raul Zuleta. My Foxy.
242 minutes, so on the low end. I'll do, based on how low that PR, I'll do the benefit of the doubt and do unknown.
I'll put him as Phil because he's also a good stealer, and he's also, if I gave him more playing time, he'd probably be a lot better. I'm probably gonna see if we can get him in more often if I can get him back.
Rene
Rene
Lacoste.
Ooh, I think this one might be a grabber. I think.
Not based, well, actually, maybe for PPR. His offense, his PR is only 15.2. His shooting is like, well, slightly above average, 48. What's his defense? Defense is about average for a guard. Everything is pretty much average, which would say Phil, except his PPR. Which, so I'm going
I'll put him at a grab minus.
to Phil plus. Again, for the point guard status.
Grab minus. Ricardo Rodriguez.
Phil. I want to say Phil. Or Ricardo.
Slightly below average shooting, slightly below average in PER. Not bad defense. Phil minus. There's plenty of guards to choose from. There's a lot that are better than him.
Yeah, I'd say. Maybe I'll go pass plus. Robert Montano.
I'm gonna try to fight for him.
I'm gonna say this right now. This is definitely a Marty character, probably.
8.2 PPR.
8.2 PPR? That's wow.
he had a SS and pack and dribbling, but not anymore. Kind of downgraded a bit since then. He has like an A and packing and grab and
He is
dribbling.
the 13th best point guard.
Mm.
Grab or grab
He,
plus, I would say.
Montenegro is one of the main reasons why the Baltimore Spirit went all the way to the second round. Because they were struggling before I picked them up.
I mean, yeah, pretty good. That actually, I'll actually go grab plus. Definitely starter level in regards to his shooting, and then also one of the best point guards on top of that. So yeah, I'll go grab plus. I don't think he's quite yet fight, but definitely grab plus.
Rocky Carrickle, he's retired.
Or is he retired?
I'm
He's-
100% sure
he's-
he's retired.
He's a retired old man, so just give him the cane and have him say, "You whippersnappers, get off my lawn!" Ryan Otley, the adorable little otter.
Not bad for stats, and also again pretty decent for PPR.
I give him a fill, maybe a fill
I'll do
plus.
Phil plus for the. His shooting would imply Phil average, but also point guard. So average shooting and point guard.
Samantha Anderson. Yeah,
Starting point guard for the Pride.
I like what you said there, Draken. Fill plus, he decent.
I'd say she like grab minor or Phil plus, grab
Oh.
minor Phil plus,
Well,
but not to fight.
for
Yeah,
Anderson.
Samantha.
Keep in mind,
Yeah.
8 years in the league.
Oh shoot! Just exited off all my tabs on accident. Oopsie poopsie.
I'll do grab minus. Still a decent point guard, but getting up there. She'll still have definitely a few good years left, but getting up there.
Hold on, I gotta go.
Sasha Shalani, he has never stepped foot in the FBA, but he's been in the D League for a long time. But he's consistently very good in the D League, so I figured could give him a chance. But he's never been in the FBA. But what's his scouting report though?
Really freaking goofy name. SASCHA. Yeah.
Does he even have a scouting report?
No, I'm not seeing him. He's not showing up in the scouting report.
Probably have to ask Faded about that. But anyway.
Look at his last names.
Holy,
Probably because he was never in the FBA, so I guess he was forgotten or something.
all right.
But in the D League, he's one of the better players.
If he had stats, I would give him a rating, but he doesn't even have stats, so I don't know.
Okay. And, okay. Scott Parsons.
Scott Parsons.
Joker Otter.
Slightly below average stats for guard.
Draken is saying mine.
Oh, okay.
And also 7 years in the league. I'm going to say pass.
Yeah, sorry, Draken. I'm gonna say pass too. Let's see, Shen Hickman.
Scouting report, A in speed, B in dribble, B in offensive rebounds.
Also a D leaguer, right?
Yeah, it's black. That's what the black names mean.
I'd say
I'm gonna go
I'd
pass
say-
plus. If she had
I'll
more,
say film. I'll say film minus because maybe if she got into the league, she might actually do something. I don't know. She could do something.
Sylvia Wind Creek.
I had the mighty have fallen.
Nine years in the league. Not looking like the best of stats.
Pass.
We're in the final stretch. You can almost see the
Simon-
bottom.
Almost. It's right there.
Simon Lee. 3:58 minutes.
Wait, Toby's not a free agent this year, is he?
I think he was bought out.
What? I did not see that. Let me take a look here. I did not see that.
Yeah, on the 21st, Arizona bought out Tobias Mecklin.
Oh, bummer. I didn't see that.
Like slightly below average stats. Still a positive EWA and win share, but slightly below average stats. I'm gonna give him benefit. I know. Actually, we're on Simon Lee, aren't we? Okay.
Yeah, we're on Simon Lee.
Okay. Well, same is true for him. Below average. And a 96 defensive rating. So, pass. Stephanie Beck, 37 minutes, but also 10 years in the league. Way too low for me to give any positive or negative assessment on their stats, and it's either okay, unknown, or pass for age. So,
And that's for Tad Lee, right?
no,
Or...
Beck.
Oh.
Beck only played for 37.5 minutes,
Oh, that should be an unknown.
but 10 years in the league.
Oh, right. Yeah, pass. Revised to
Tadley Weston.
Tadley Weston.
Slightly below average stats. Really good defensive rebounding for a guard. Okay. Not really good defensive rating, though. So apparently he'll let you shoot, but he'll make sure he picks it up if you miss. I'll go pass.
Yeah, I'd say pass. I'd say pass plus maybe, because if you do miss, he could probably pick it up and get a good rebound. So yeah.
Teo Masalia. 11 years in the league. Slight below average stats. Not average defense. Pass. I think we'll pass minus. Are these only going to be worse next year, or this upcoming
My
season?
poor salamander.
And Tobias Mecklin. Slightly below average. An average defense. I'll do still minus.
Hmm.
His PR is not good, but it's not terrible.
Hmm.
Albert John Middendorf. And we're on the last card group, the swings.
Hmm. He's definitely a grabber.
Hmm. Based on looking down at some of the other swings that are coming up, I'll actually just do Phil plus.
Yeah, it's a Phil plus grab minus.
Because there are a lot of other higher priority swings coming up. Alan Sharp, 24
Yeah.
minutes. But also 10 years in the league.
Okay, Boyd.
Pass. Immold.
Andrew West. Really bad shooting.
No relation to Andrew East.
6.86 PR. Really good defense, though. So good on the defense, but
If you want a defensive style swing, he'd be pretty good. So maybe pass plus Phil
yeah, I'm
minus.
doing pass plus based on the defense. His offense leaves a lot to be desired, though.
Yeah, I'd say pass plus.
Next one, 82 minutes.
Unknown.
Baxter Buckley.
Baxter Buckley. Damn, there are a lot of. Oh, wait, Baxter Buckley? Ooh. The Beaver?
Shooting implies about average. PR is average. It is almost literally average. Defense is about average. So everything
Yep, he's
seems
rookie.
average. So good.
Grab the Beaver.
Jared
He's a Beaver.
Sunderman. Pretty good.
Anyway, and I have a mix. I don't think Sentiment's gonna really. It'll be a Phil minus a pass.
Wait, Jared Sunderman. Wait, isn't he the newt that me and Gus created a while back? I think.
Well, this is just off of his rookie contract.
Oh yeah, it is. I thought the name sounded familiar. What's his ratings like? I haven't been paying
Above
attention
average.
to him really.
20
average?
PER. 20 PERs.
Oh jeez.
His defensive is atrocious, but his offense is pretty good.
I'll say Phil.
I'll do Phil
I'd say-
plus. I'd almost probably do grab minus if it wasn't for the fact his defensive sucks.
Maybe we can talk. Maybe whoever picks him up can talk to the committee about him working on his defense a little bit, just a bit.
Jonas McMillan.
Jonas McMillan.
Slightly above average for offense. So his offensive rating is not exactly that great. Defensive rating is about average.
Pass or
I'll just
Pass plus.
Phil. Everything is about average, so. Josh Green, 58 minutes.
unknown.
Kamakani Iona. So who is the other one that CCAT wanted us to talk about? Did we reach them yet?
I don't know.
Oh, Simon Lee, which we probably passed a while ago. But 186 minutes. So we could maybe give that and a -4 PER, but also 7 years in the league.
Pass.
Let's see. Kamikani. Let's see what they were on this thing. Kamikani Iona, B+ in speed, endurance, or B+ in speed, a B in endurance, free throw, steals, and perimeter, B- in foul and mid. So that probably explains the poor shooting. In fact, they don't really have a B or greater in shooting. Any shooting stat. C- in both dribble and pass, so they're going to lose the ball a lot. I'll go pass. Kenny DeMarcus.
Right.
Yeah. One of the best point guards in the league.
Do you reckon you can't have everybody you like?
Kiva Lovewell. Yeah, definitely looking meh. Average shooting, but low PR, so either shoots rarely or fumbles a lot. And not that great of a defensive rating either. Pass. Mahmoud Zarif. 222 minutes.
I wasn't very happy with that guy.
I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt and say unknown.
Otis Najak.
Right.
Another of the Fab Five Foxes. And something of note. Do I still have that one up? The third best defensive player in the league.
I think just for that, I'm going to give her a 5+, actually.
What for? Well, Otis is a he.
Otis is a he.
But yeah, really good shooting, and one of the best defensive players in the league.
5+.
So you think he's worth more than Jake?
He'd be
No.
worth about as much as Jake, I would say.
I think you only gave Jake a normal fight. Let's see. Jake Turner, yeah, just fight. Well, you gave him fight to the death, which is...
That's technically a 5+.
Yeah.
Ricky Shane, D-League player.
Top point guard and points average. Let's look at this.
He was in Edmonton for a short while.
B
Then he
and
went back to the D-League.
speed, foul, free throw, and three-pointers. D and post, but guard, or I guess he's swing, but, and then everything else is C. So not bad. Phil.
Baraka.
Rukaya Baraka.
Persian or I think she's Persian, yeah.
Eh.
Mm,
I don't know. I would say pass.
5.2 PR. And we're back into swing, so less offense oriented. Not bad defense.
122 turnovers. Yikes.
About 1 turnover every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Not too bad. I'll go pass plus for the defense. Offensively, or PR sucks, but Sharon Sashuk.
Long time D League player.
Above average shooting, but below average PR. 84 defensive rating, so slightly below average of that. About average that.
Pass.
Yeah. Tasya Fangetsu, or Gestu. Not bad. PR, about average.
I would say so.
Yeah, everything reads about Phil. I'm sorry if these last ones are being a lot more quiet, but we have been doing this for what? 4 hours?
Yeah, and I haven't even had dinner yet.
Neither have I. Tyrone
But that's
Gale.
Tyrone Gale. I
Pretty
forgot about this
good.
character.
21 PR. Above average shooting. About average defense. For a swing, there's better swings, but for a small forward, grab minus. He's definitely starter level.
Grabber. I'll put him as a.
Wallace Butler.
Oh, the horsey.
What's all the fish? What kind of fish do you always ask for?
I don't remember.
What was it?
Mackerel, I think.
No, that's right, mackerel. Yeah.
Wallace Butler. What's the fish? Fish.
Below average PR. Average
take.
defense.
Draken, you no take. You are not Consuela, you no take. No, I take.
I'm gonna give him a pass. Newton. 14 years in the league. And not doing well.
Xavier, nothing is time to pass. Yeah.
He was one of the best players in the league, but then he got old.
It's time for him to retire.
Draken would pretty much like, I'm going to have every single one of the best players in the league. How are you going to pay for them?
Are you gonna sell your soul?
With minimum contract.
Yasina Silas. Slightly below average shooting, slightly below average PR.
She'll bite you if she finds out what you just said about her.
80, about average. Average is slightly below average. Oh, fill minus.
Fight. Carbonu, fight.
Yeah. The last of the Fab Five
Oh.
foxes.
You're gonna sell yourself, Draken?
For one corn chip? I'll pay 2 corn chips.
Eve's Carbono.
Yeah.
Estimated wins added 30. Is that the highest? Where are the other Fab Five?
Draken, for you, I offer 2 corn chips and a pickle. Because pickles are good.
Crest is at 27. Tevla is at 22. 22. Turner is 28. So yeah, Eves has the highest estimated wins added of any of the free agents.
He's a 5+ then. Fight for your life.
Yeah, I actually do fight plus as well. Because 40.18 PER,
That is huge.
which I think is actually the top of this too. Yeah, Turner is only 34, so he has the highest PER of any of the free agents. Has a 2.9 PPR, so he could theoretically do point guard, and a 91 defense.
Holy guacamole. He's going to be the hottest free agent probably next to Jake Turner.
No, he should probably be the hottest. If we go back to the guide, how many teams want a small forward? See Albany. I see Albany fighting for him. Dakota can't afford him.
He is just that. Just because he and Nakista are free agents doesn't mean that they both want to go to the same team together.
I'm sure they'll prefer it, but if a team can't afford both,
I don't think like any team can afford both Carbonell and Kakia together.
Yeah. So, Draken,
Well,
you have to
Albany
take either
could.
one or the other. Yep, Draken, you have to pick either one or the other. You can only either have the Foxy or the Ringtail Lemur lady.
but it's also from the list we did, Albany is the only one that would want both a shooting guard and a small forward. So Albany is the only one that could possibly try and get both.
Albany or Plymouth?
No, Plymouth has a shooting guard.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
They need everything but their shooting guard. Or no, they have a small forward. They have Travis Buckner. And you're not going to have Travis Buckner go...
Tallahassee.
I don't think Buckner would do well at power. So yeah, Albany is the only team that would really want, potentially even think about getting both.
Yeah, Travis is more of a small forward than he is a power forward, so yeah.
And same with
wanna-
Eves. I don't really see Eves doing well at power forward. I can maybe see swinging him over to shooting guard, but if you're throwing him at shooting guard, you're not picking up Narcissa because she's not a point guard. But yeah, the only team that could pick up both would be Albany.
Yep.
anyone have any last statements they want to say before we call it quits?
I don't know what to say except y'all are crazy and I love y'all and yeah.
I guess one thing to talk about quickly before. Do you think there are any players that probably would have slipped through the cracks if we didn't do this?
Talk about Pat. Okay.
Of really good players that
Yeah.
probably would have been ignored if we didn't do this.
Yeah, I definitely say there are definitely a few if we didn't do this. Let's see. Samantha Anderson would probably be one of them. Let's see. Oh yeah, Jonah Vastenhow probably would have slipped through the cracks maybe. Let's see who else. There's a few more.
I think Lee Jin Sung might have fallen through the cracks.
Yeah,
I don't see him
Tahiri
as
maybe-
being a big enough name that people would definitely remember him.
yeah. Tahiri might be also one too, along with Andreas and Vilkastis, or however you pronounce that name.
Focusatus?
Status, yeah. He probably would have slipped through the cracks too a little bit more than likely if we didn't do this, because I think he does have some potential. And let's see. Mm,
Maybe Lindsay Morrison probably would have fallen through the cracks.
part of me wants to say I kind of doubt it because she is a lovable collie and does have a lot of story around her. But so at the same time, yeah, I'd say yeah, she probably would, and probably be underappreciated too. She does have a championship ring in her belt under her belt with Albany, and has been bounced around to Texas, and pretty much has been bounced around the entire league all around the United States. Hasn't been to Canada yet, as far as I know. So she just needs a home to settle into, and she can be a potential grab plus or even a fighter in a couple years in her next contract. Somebody please give the collie a home.
Mhm.
And I'm not just saying that because I'm her current agent.
You know, so we need to have the committee figure out what to do about whether or not was it Sasha Sanana on if they actually are good or not. They aren't in the scouting report.
Yeah, and also asked the committee about, I think it was 2 certain players that had a casserole of ratings. I call it the casserole ratings because it's a mix of everything, and it's like,
yeah, one was like
what is
had a
this
lot of
supposed to
high
be?
and low, and then another one was the wasn't so much very mixed ratings as their heights implied something that would probably do a lot better, like the small as like a swing, but is it Doug? No. This is like oh yeah, Eric's. I think. The 6'8" guard. He probably would do almost better as a small forward or a swing. Anyway, I'm hungry. We're all getting tired because it's been a long stream. So, thank you everyone for watching. I am Mige.
Thank you for watching. I have been Fratus. And in the quiet gallery, we've had Draken, Chris Blaine, Triangle Pascal, and Autumn Martin.
And we've also had J Wolf in here for a while.
Thank you, J Wolf, signing off.
Yep.
Thank you all.
Have a nice night.
Yep, we love you, Draken.